What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we have a super budget gaming PC that will be capable of getting 100 plus frames in Warzone while recording or streaming gameplay. Now just a little background information, we are reusing some parts such as the case and hard drives because my client didn't see a need in upgrading those components. The case provides plenty of airflow with its 200mm fans and additional frames with the RGB. You'll see how well the temperatures are later in the video. The CPU and board belonged to my client a few videos ago with the 3600X and the MSI 2060. I'll leave a card up in the corner here if you want to check that video out. So he had no use for his original components, so we repurposed it with an RX 580, but that just wasn't pushing enough frames, so we upgraded to this 1070 STRIX edition for an awesome deal. The CPU in here is an i7-2400 which came out in the first quarter of 2011. And the CPU was just not able to send enough instructions to the 1080, causing it to only run at 60% while in game. So we persuaded my client's cousin to giving us his credit card and we would stop by our local component store promising not to break the bank. At Memory Express we walked out the door with $671.95 in components, and altogether my client only spent 949 Canadian or 697 US for his new components. Now my client was such a shrewd negotiator, he was able to cop the GTX 1070 STRIX edition for only 275 Canadian pesos. Now that's only 202 Freedom dollars. Now the seller did disclose that the card was used for mining, and at the end of the video I did replace the Thermaltake, which was still in good shape but it was on its way out. Now if we did end up purchasing all brand new components including the video card, such as a GTX 1660 Super, since they don't make the GTX 1070 anymore and performance is similar, we would be looking at an additional $34 for a 120GB SSD, $60 for a 1TB hard drive, $74 for a basic Corsair Carbide 88R case, and $406 for a GTX 1660 Super for an additional 577 Canadian. Or 426 US for a build total of $1,248 Canadian or 923 freedoms. Now the Hyper 212 cooler was optional, so we could drop another 40 Canadian or 29 US and use the included cooler. Alright, starting off we have a Ryzen 5 3600, a tough B450M Plus gaming motherboard for CPU upgrades down the road, a 550 watt power supply from Corsair, a Hyper 212 Evo cooler from Cooler Master, and 16 gigs of Trident Z RAM from G.Skill running at 3200 MHz.
Hold on. Where's my phone?
So here are some benchmarks, and I timestamped everything in the description and in the play bar. This Ryzen 5 3600 scored 1577 at stock speeds, and when we tried to turn the clock speeds to 4.3, the system would not boot. Next up, we have Unigine Heaven at the extreme preset, averaging 112 FPS.
Battle Royale. Avoid the gas. Get to the safe zone. Does anyone need this? Hostile dropping into the area. You're clear to engage all targets. Anyone need this? Secure cash by completing contracts, looting, or eliminating targets.
I will use it. Good ground in this place.
Oh.
So overall, I'm very thrilled with this sub $1,000 build. It performed flawlessly and exceeded my expectations. A huge thanks to my 2 helpers and testers, and you can check out his Twitch in the description below. Now I can promise you that we do not play as bad as the benchmarks because we are using our client's account and all of the buttons we are used to were messed up. So I do play a lot of Warzone in my downtime, so I'll upload a highlight video in the next week either on this channel or my gaming channel. The link will be in the description, and here are some clips on some of the content that I plan to upload, so stay tuned for that.
Oh my god, the bullet drop
I
is insane on this HDR.
Oh, I hit him.
I can't
Keep
go
going.
out.
Alright,
Yo, just go to one of them buy stations.
Left this boy.
He? Oh,
Yeah,
come
got
in
you
booty
leg.
hole.
Yeah.
Got one.
Bro, no one
down here.
fucking listens.
In this building? Right here?
Fuck. Get the fuck.
I don't know where he is, dude.
Where's my M50?
How?
Stand by for redeployment.
Hey, look at this
One more.
shit.
One more.
Hey, Tiny! What the fuck? Another one.
You gave him a
No way that guy did.
stand by for redeployment.
Nice.
Oh my
I did one
god,
for you.
oh my god.
What is that?
Yeah, now we gotta go.
What the fuck? He got me.
Out of that guy so hard. Oh fuck.
Yeah, behind.
You know what to do.
Another fucking G!
Someone rest.
Fuck, it wouldn't let me read.
Nice. Yo.
And I also have another Ryzen 5 3600X with a RX 5700 XT. Now if you made it this far in the video, why not consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up? If you really hated this video, you can give it a thumbs down, and I'll see you all in the next one.